hello. I think I'm live. It says I'm live. Trying to sign in so I can chat. Oh! Hold on. I can hear myself. My bad. My bad. It's been a long time since I've live streamed. I live streamed at the end of Dexter. That was... Gosh, was that January of this year or January of last year? It's been a long time. Get off my calendar here. Diego, what's up? What's up? I'm trying... bear with me. Bear with me. I'm getting some music going. Alright. I just want some good music here while we get set up. Tepia, I was so hoping you would be here. The comment I was writing went live. I bet I know what it was about. I bet it was about Turkish oil wrestling. Oh, I have two. Okay. Thank you. Let me fix that. I think I know what it is.
You should no longer hear an echo if you'll let me know. The streaming app was picking up this mic and my camera mic. Let me know if that's good. Hey, there we go. There we go. All right. This first little bit is just for you guys who are here. Let me know how the music is. Hopefully it's not too loud. I'm gonna actually, I don't even show that you're hearing music. Are you hearing music? Desktop audio device. What is that? Now you should. Hey, Susan. Hey, Susan. Oh, I can see your chat on the screen too. I wasn't sure if that was gonna work. This makes me so happy. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Last time I live streamed, the music's loud. I'll turn it down. Greetings, I was told this was where to go to learn about ancient Greek naked olive oil wrestling or modern day Turkish olive oil wrestling. You're in the right place. We're probably just not going to talk about that tonight. Probably. Who knows where this night's going to go. Yeah, I wanted to pull up my YouTube channel because the last time I live stream was, I believe it was January of this year, but I'm also really, really bad with time. Dexter was, oh my, yeah, that was almost, that was 2 years ago. December of 2021. See what I mean? I'm bad with time. So I'm guessing much of you were not here for the Dexter run. But it was fun. I did some trivia. If you guys wanted to do some trivia, we could do that. But there's a couple things I really want to talk about this finale, as Beezer brings up. The finale was disappointing. Here's the deal. I'm going to do a little intro here because what I'm going to do is this live stream will become an actual video that people can watch on YouTube. So I'm going to do a little bit of an intro here in just a second to kick things off, and then I'll edit out all of that silliness we just had with getting things up and running, and we'll really begin the conversation. And it's going to be important that you guys talk. I need you to contribute to the conversation. So let me think briefly how I want how I want to kick this off. There's a couple things. I talked about that oxygen tank. I don't know if you saw that video. My last video where I recapped the finale, that oxygen tank. I figured it out. There was a comment. I don't know if that person's here. I'll have to go look at that comment. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's just kick this thing off officially. Welcome, everyone, to the live discussion of A Murder at the End of the World. The finale was disappointing for some, not so disappointing for others. I personally enjoyed it just fine. I do think that some of the theories that were running around Reddit, that were in our comments, I felt like it may have been just a little bit better, less predictable, at least. But we're going to get into all of that in this live discussion. This is going to be a little bit different than my typical polished and super edited videos. This is just me chatting with the community. So for those of you who are here right now, thank you. It means a lot to me that you're spending this evening with me. I have a lot of fun doing live streams, but in this kind of niche on YouTube, it's kind of hard to do live streams. If you guys have any ideas for more live streams, let me know. I enjoyed doing that. Dexter, I did trivia night with Dexter a couple of years ago. That was a lot of fun. I would do that again. I love the live connection with you all. So let me know if you have any ideas. So let's talk about this finale. Anyone here that's live right now, start dropping your thoughts. Let me know your overall thoughts of the finale, of the show as a whole, not just the finale. Let me know what you thought. Let me know any questions you might still have. One question I have: why was Sean driving like a person who's never driven a car before? Still doesn't make sense to me. Somebody said in one of the comments, "Oh, that's a common interrogation tactic." Like Sean was interrogating Darby in that moment. And I don't even know what that means. I don't think that was happening, but I suppose it's possible Sean was working a little bit more closely with Andy. And that's why it just doesn't make sense. I saw somebody said that she may have been driving like that because Volvo paid them to show how well their car handles in icy conditions. But then the car flipped. So that seemed like not a great idea. Hey, what's up, Rivy Rider? Welcome. Do you think we put unrealistic expectations on these types of finales? That's a good question, and I do want to get into that. I don't know that we put unrealistic expectations, but I do think us all spending our time... If the music's distracting, let me know, by the way. I forgot it was even still on until it just went off. I do think everyone's spending all their time on YouTube, on Reddit, coming up with all these theories, or just reading the theories might make the experience worse. Because I'm gonna be honest, if I was watching this show and I didn't read a single theory online, I don't know that I would have known how this was gonna end. My typical viewing habits before I was making YouTube videos, I just consumed the stuff. I didn't really even think much about it. That's why I'm like the perfect audience for shows like this, for like Mr. Robot, my favorite show of all time. Because I don't really overthink it. I just watch it and it happens and I'm like, oh, I didn't see that coming. So I think that might be it. All right, next comment that I haven't gotten to. I don't think the finale was disappointing. This is Diego. I only think that the fans of the OA, like myself, we put so much expectations on this new show and it was simpler than we were thinking. As I said in one of my videos, I haven't seen the OA. It's on my list. I'm debating if I stop my rewatch of Mr. Robot to watch the OA because everybody's saying I need to watch the OA. And I'm in this little window of time between now and January. And in January, I'm covering Criminal Record on Apple TV and True Detective Night Country. So I'm thinking I'm going to binge the OA between now and then. But yeah, I've seen a lot of OA people in my comments and on Reddit saying that exact same thing. They expect it because of what they got out of the OA. They expected, they had a mindset. They came into this show with certain expectations and they didn't get it. So very, very possible. Susan, I was expecting much more from the creators. The OA was such an original show. Very much along the same lines of what we just saw there. I think the whole Sean character and storyline could have been cut and the show wouldn't lose much. I agree with that. I agree. I feel like I think this show should have been 10 episodes. I don't know how this all works if they're like, hey, we want to bring this show to FX and we've got 10 episodes and this is what's going to happen. And FX is like, yeah, we'll take it, but you only get 7 episodes. I feel like they had more story to tell and there was a lot of stuff that was like shoehorned in at the very end. A lot of people were complaining about the fact that they did a lot of telling instead of showing. And that did happen a lot, and I feel like it was mostly because they rushed a lot of things. So there potentially may have been something with Sean. Oh, sorry, lower the music. Music has been lowered. There may have been something with Sean that they wanted to do that they just weren't able to because they ran out of time. Jillian, I believe that's correct. The finale was more predictable than I was expecting. Although I enjoyed the Bill and Darby scenes, they seemed unnecessary to the overall show. Yeah, as I said in my last video, I felt like, honestly, I wanted more out of that storyline than I did like the present day thing happening at the retreat. I feel like there was a lot of potential there as well. I liked the theories of like her dad being the Silver Doe killer, or there was like towards the end people were like, the Silver Doe killer, he didn't kill himself, somebody else was there and they killed him because there was this weird thing with like the door after the guy fell over. And I thought this is all very interesting, but there's 1 episode left. Like they're not gonna fit all that in. It's not gonna happen. But I agree, those flashbacks could have been better. I want, whenever you've got like the dual timeline situation going on with the past timeline, present timeline, and then both of them wrap up together, it's always nice whenever they like intertwine. And that didn't happen. The flashbacks were specifically just to give us insight into this Bill character and his relationships with Darby, I think. All right, do a live stream on what you'd like to see in Dexter 2 Season 2, if that happens. Oh boy. Oh boy. We better not jump to Dexter. I'll say real quick, if they do another freaking Dexter season and it's about Harrison, I'm not watching that. I'm not watching it. All you people here upset about this finale, if you watched the Dexter New Blood finale, this finale is heaven compared to that finale. All right, I did lower the music. If there's still issues with the music, let me know. Beezer, I didn't see the boy killing Bill, which was surprising, but I had a feeling about the AI. Yeah, I mean, I do think the AI was the most predictable thing about this, and I guess like the twist, although the internet pretty much figured it out really early, was using Zoomer to do what the AI wanted. Like I said in my video, I'm gonna stop saying that. But like I said, I liked how the AI was acting out of like a heart. Doesn't have a heart. out of like a place of wanting to help Andy and like Ronson Incorporated or whatever. And it wasn't this like, humans are bad, I want to take over the world and kill the humans, and this guy Bill, he's got to go, starting with him. I'm glad it wasn't that. I like that it was, the AI was only bad because the human who created it was bad. I don't want to say that Andy was necessarily like bad, but he certainly wasn't like a great human. And he specifically said, I wish Bill was dead, and he like had all this selfish garbage going on. So anyway, I can't stay on live. Will you be posting this on your channel later? Becca, I hope you haven't left yet. I'm trying to work my way through all these comments. Yeah, this will get posted. This will get posted later. So if you can't hang around, just watch for it. Almost immediately after this is done, it'll get posted. I thought Sean would have much more importance. I did as well. I think they could have shortened the episodes and made more for a better laid out story. I think the timing and spacing messed up a lot with the long episodes. Yeah, I could see that, because there was a lot of there was a lot, like, for example, Darby and Sean going out. That was like almost a whole episode, if not like a whole episode. That could have been shortened quite a bit. And I don't know that that necessarily means we could have gotten 30-minute episodes, but I feel like they could have utilized that time better. Diego, episode 6 was more impressive than the finale. Bill and Darby's investigation was cool. That was cool. I was overall pretty satisfied with the show and the finale. I way prefer it to the shows that try so hard to make it surprising that they end up feeling super dumb. I don't disagree with you there. Hi, guess what? Argyle coming up. I don't know what that comment means, Mary. Guess what? Argyle coming up in 2024 from... I don't know what that means. You may have to let me know. I could be missing something. Mayor of Easttown on HBO had that vibe. Dexter New Blood finale was awful. See what I mean? It would definitely be about it. Yeah, I don't. Please don't. There have been some really bad finales, so this show wasn't horrible in comparison. I'm glad to hear it. Another question I had was, what's Bill's motivation for looking for the Silverdoe Killer? I thought something about Bill's upbringing, it could be related to Silverdoe Killer, may have led to the current killings. I think there's just people who like doing that stuff. Like the lady that they met at that, whenever Bill was like, I have a Chew syndrome, and it was like super forced down our throats that was connecting the dots with Zoomer. But that lady that they met there, like, it's just people who are fascinated and interested in sleuthing, which was a term I didn't know until this show. I thought it was just like online crime. Oh, in Yellow Jackets, Misty and what's his name? They call themselves like online detectives or something. But I don't think they call themselves sleuthers. Yellow Jackets is a great show, by the way. If you're not watching that, you need to check that out. Besides the awful ending, I loved Harrison, and I would... Yeah. How can you watch... I've spoiled enough by saying the ending was terrible. I didn't even tell you what happened at the end of Dexter New Blood. I don't think anybody should watch it. If you're a fan of Dexter and you liked the original run of episode, like the original ending with him like riding out into the ocean or whatever, I'd much rather have that be the end of that character than what we got in New Blood. Yeah, I like the idea of AI as a mirror for humanity's darker impulses. What about Zoomer? I'm not sure what you mean. What about Zoomer? There was a lot of people saying Zoomer's a robot and all this stuff. My theory, it's mine, so I'm a little biased, but I really liked my theory of Andy's treatments at night not being treatments, but actually being he figured out some way to like transfer his consciousness into Zoomer. that was my theory. He transferred his consciousness into Zoomer, and Andy was the one that used Zoomer's body to go into Bill's room and kill him. Not that the AI did it. Personally, I liked that one better. All of the collective information that Ray had, the dark stuff outweighed the positive parts of humanity. Yep. Jillian, I'm still confused why Andy invited Bill to the retreat. I know Darby and Lee thought it was to learn more about Zoomer's biology, but I don't think Andy would care. And he didn't end up killing Bill. I don't know either. Is it like a keep your enemies closer type thing? I don't know. I don't feel like it was that obvious. Maybe there was just this like deep seated, like maybe deep down Andy wanted to do something about Bill. Maybe you just wanted to confront him or something, or pay him off or something. I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't like super clear, which is why I think, again, if we would have had 10 episodes, I think we could have got a lot more of these questions answered. I didn't like the flashbacks. Darby and Bill had no chemistry at all. I found myself skipping. I didn't skip those. I enjoyed the flashbacks personally. What do you think about the end story? Yeah, I'm good with it. There was a lot of people. There's a pretty strong divide looking through my comments of people who were just ticked off with the ending. And then people who thought it was fine. I'm in the camp that thought it was fine. I'm glad it was a mini series so they didn't try and drag it out unnecessarily. Yes. What if this would have been like a 3-season show and the whole first season was just Darby? Oh, they could have done the whole first season of the whole like flashback storyline, and then the season finale is like, I can see it now. Season finale, she gets invited to this retreat. She sits down at the table. Bill shows up and she's like, what? And then it ends, and then it's, you wait a year for season 2, and then season 2 is everything that happened at the retreat, and then yes, they could have easily made this a multi-season thing. I'm working my way through these. Bear with me, and don't go away. I figured out the oxygen tank. I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. I'm going to show you. I'm excited about it. The oxygen tank is the thing from episode 1. Eva knocks on the door to Lee's room with an oxygen tank and a plate of food. And that has been the biggest mystery to me. And one person in my comments today, it was like a few hours, like 6 hours ago, I saw it. It was awesome. If you want a real good life analysis of the sleuthing thing, Chase Darkness with Me by Billy Jensen. Okay. Saline, hey, so I'm just tuning in and haven't heard your take yet, but mine is that this wasn't a bad whodunit. But I think everyone, me included, was expecting something more clever. Yeah, I did talk about it. If you want to go back and once this is posted, check the beginning. And like I just said, there's a divide, and that's fine. I think there will probably always be divides on most murder mystery things. So, yeah. Has anyone brought up the quote about the 3 cups of tea? What do you mean? The first time you share tea... I gotta look close at this. You're a stranger the second time, you're an honored guest. The third time you share a cup of tea, you become family. Was that in the show? Did I miss that? We may need to dive into that. The flashback plot was better than the retreat one. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'd watch Darby investigating another crime. I would too. I would like to watch Darby investigating a crime like that, not like isolated in this retreat and like having all these conversations with people and like doing everything that they did in the flat, like researching online, looking through police records, hacking stuff. Maybe that would be more interesting. Maybe it would. All right, the show would have benefited from 10 episodes. A lot of the side characters seemed underdeveloped, like Zeba being... Yeah, Zeba, Martin, Lou May to some degree. They just kind of were in the background, and maybe they had these characters there as red herrings, like they intentionally didn't have too much Martin or Zeba to like try to draw the viewer's attention to make them think they're up to something. Darby could have been a very interesting character to build future seasons around, but for a super smart person, she did the dumbest things. I agree. There was a lot of stuff she did that I think it comes down to the limited amount of time they had to tell this story. I think the fact that it was fine is a bummer. There was so much potential. I mean, Clive, yeah. I mean, if I were to rate this on a scale of 1 to 5, which is like how I do like Letterboxd ratings, I would give this. I'm gonna pull up my Letterboxd account. I'm gonna go ahead and start screen sharing because I'm gonna screen share here in a minute to talk about the oxygen tank. Screen sharing is always a little sketchy when you're live streaming. This needs to be on top. Can you guys see my screen? Let me know if you can see that. My chat's a little bit delayed, so bear with me here. Okay, cool. You can see it. All right. This is my Letterboxd account. If you're not a Letterboxd user, this video is sponsored. I'm just kidding. I don't have a sponsor. But if I could pick a sponsor, it would be Letterboxd. I freaking love this website. Super awesome mobile app. This is the social media platform for movie lovers and also miniseries. Oh, I think did I rate this? A Murder at the End of the World. When it's a miniseries, so for the longest time, this website has only been movies and miniseries, but the website was recently acquired and supposedly they're going to do a whole TV show thing, adding shows that have more than one season. But since A Murder at the End of the World is only one season long, it's going to be on here. So we can rate this right now. Let's rate this right now. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to show you guys my, this is how I rate movies, but it works for shows. I won't even go like below 3 stars, I don't think. So like, let's start at 3.5 stars. Largely enjoyable. I put like a lot of like Marvel movies. Most superhero movies are here. They're good. They're fine, but it's not like they stick with me and I think about them for a really long time, or I recommend them to people. They're fine. 4 stars. These are things I'd strongly recommend to others. I love them, but there are specific things I wish had been modified or avoided altogether. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? Okay, so to do 4.5 stars, I need to do 5 stars first. So this is perfection. 2 types of things that earn this from me. The first is that it pulls me in so much that I'm like completely removed from my reality. I'm fully engulfed in the universe, in the experience. Life just like melts away and I'm like living inside this story. That's one. The second one is it gets me lost in deep thought on the message, plot, or characters, and that usually like sticks with me for days and days and days on end, or I just like come back to it later. So that's 5-star perfection. 4.5 stars didn't quite accomplish one of those 2 things. It got close, but there was one thing or another that just like, it just held it back. So they're super close. I'm feeling like this show is 4 stars, maybe 3.5. These says I'd strongly recommend to others. I'm thinking 3.5. What do you guys think? What would you rate this show? Its average is 3.6. Out of the... How many people have rated this? 3,000 people on Letterboxd who have rated this. The average is 3.6. Rivi, you're giving it... I hope you're saying your name right. You're giving it 4 stars. I'm looking through your chat real quick. Let me know what you would rate this. I'm very curious. I've got 1 response there. Getting caught up on my chat. Who do you think Andy was based off of? Elon Musk vibes, but also it's probably a combination of just like every pretentious Silicon Valley CEO, I would think. Best series of 2023. The best series of 2023. Bold statement. I don't have anything to counter it. Did you see Beef? That was this year, wasn't it? Beef on Netflix was good. I freaking loved that show. The show was so good. If they had more character development, I have a lot of... I already had a friend with... I saw a lot of parallels. It's so hard to connect and maintain relationships with borderline personality disorder. So I did think for a hot minute there was a personality thing going on. It did remind me of Mr. Robot, where every time he... Spoilers for Mr. Robot, but it is like 10 years old at this point. He had a split personality, and when he would take like morphine, we, the audience, stuff would happen in the story, and it was actually him in a different, like as a different personality, and we didn't see it until later in the show. And I thought that was going on because she was doing lots of drugs, lots of drinking. I felt like that was going to happen. I think I would have liked that. 4 stars, 4 stars, 3.5, 4. All right. 3.5, 4. All right. I think we're averaging out around the 3.7-ish. We're kind of lining up here. Good job pronunciation. Oh, Rivi, cool. Cool. Got it. I would give this show 4 stars. I watched with my dad because we both like murder mysteries. That's awesome, by the way. I have 3 kids. They're all pretty young. 2, 6, and 8. And like, one of the things I want to do with my kids, like I bet a lot of dads are like, I want to teach them to throw ball or whatever. Like, I want to show them cinema, great television, so that, like, I'm kind of getting a little teary-eyed reading about you watching this with your dad. That's so cool. 3.5. The problem is I have recommended this show to many people. But that was before the final episode. Now I'm just embarrassed. It's not embarrassing. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I guarantee you, if you watch this show without watching recaps on YouTube, and I know that that's shooting myself in the foot, without that, without Reddit, just watch the show. Like, people who binge this show, I bet you they like it more than those of us who watched it week by week and got online and read theories and theorized ourselves. Pretty much guarantee it. Seems, let's see. 3.5, yeah. 4, not as deep as the OA, so a little shallow. Sharp object, that is how you get immersed in a world. Critiques aside, I thought the acting on the show was excellent, especially the actors who played Darby, Bill, and Andy. I thought they were great as well. I don't think there were any actors that I like pulled me from the experience because their performance wasn't great. So I think I agree with you there. I don't know what this means, YS. It seems you are Ray, now fine. I don't know what that means. You got to help show your kids your passion so they can find something they are passionate about. Agreed. The tech AI is bad, is getting really played out. Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna keep getting worse with ChatGPT, Midjourney. I know people now that I've got a buddy making YouTube videos. He's making YouTube horror videos, completely AI generated. It's kind of mind blowing. Like, it's like moving. It's like it's video. It's making AI video, and it's really bad looking when you think about like what you're used to seeing on television. But it's only going to get better, like insanely fast. It's going to get better and better and better. And I think that we're probably just going to see more fiction based off of it because of that. No, now yes. I don't know. YS, you're losing me. Use full sentences. You might be responding to stuff like that I'm saying in real time. It's very possible, and I'm just not. The chat's just slightly delayed. People pointing out holes in the plot on Reddit didn't help the experience, but they did make great points. Yeah, and Reddit is kind of just a negative place anyway. I mean, the internet. Most people in the comments of these videos have been awesome. The people on Reddit, yeah, there's been a lot of complaining over there. I really wish the whole show. I really wish I had the whole show at once. It was super frustrating waiting a whole week. Agreed. If I had watched the show in one sitting without going down a rabbit hole of theories, this would have been one of my favorite mystery miniseries. I still enjoyed it. Agreed. I want a series or movies similar to it. So with Letterboxd, I'm like their spokesperson. You can come down here and see similar films, and let's take a look. I haven't done this. Holy crap! If you haven't seen Devs, okay. I want to come back to this. Let me talk about the oxygen tank thing. Let's come back to Letterboxd because there's some stuff I want to talk about here. Okay. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's get this out of the way. Let's do this. Okay. I think everybody remembers this. I went back and watched this over and over and over again right before the finale because I'm like, something right here is the answer. The freaking oxygen tank it makes no sense. There's got to be something. And also, why is she bringing Zoomer a full plate of food right before he goes to dinner? It becomes that one I figured out because Andy was obviously like hyper aware and focused on the food that that Zoomer was consuming. We saw multiple times, like at that dinner, somebody gave him some bread or something, and Andy's like, please don't give him that. And then whenever Darby first went down into their bunker underground, Andy was feeding Zoomer with like this little tiny teaspoon thing, like super like measured. The word is escaping me, but anyway, he was hyper focused on the food he was eating. So I think Eva was just slipping him some food because he's a kid, and it's like, let's give this kid some food, whatever. So I let that one go. But the oxygen tank, I couldn't get past it. So, Carbon, welcome. First time I've seen you. Oh no, you're up there. You've been chatting. My bad. For some reason, your icon is just sticking out to me now. I also need to watch the OA. So, where does the oxygen tank come from? Are you ready? Here's where it comes from. There's a movie. Let me pull the movie up. I'm leaving this open because we're coming back to this. There's a movie called Sound of My Voice. A lot of you may already know this. I didn't know this until today. Check out the producer and the writer of this movie. Okay? Check out who's starring in this movie. Okay? Have you seen this movie? Have you guys seen this? I've never seen it. I added it to my watch list today. I'm very curious if you guys have seen it. Because someone has, the one person in my comments who told me what the oxygen tank comes from. Well, let me show you. I believe the person running here is Britt in her role as Maggie in this movie. Apparently this is like a cult classic movie. No pun intended, it is evidently about a cult. Check out this picture from the movie. Check this out. Can I zoom in? This is her. This is Maggie, played by Britt. Check this out. Evidently, this was just an Easter egg. This was like, I think, their first motion picture they did. Let's get a side-by-side here. I don't know if all oxygen tanks look the same, but I mean, come on. I'm assuming they all look the same. But apparently that's all it was just this cool, like, connection back to that movie. Also, I think there's a kid somehow involved in that movie. And the person's comment said something like, the first time you see this character, she's in a room with a kid and there's an oxygen tank or something like that. Mystery solved. I don't know if that's that fulfilling to you, but I thought it was cool. It was nice to just have an answer. I just wanted an answer. It was nice to have an answer. All right. Nobody's saying anything, so maybe you're just like, meh, that's so random. I appreciate Easter eggs, but in a mystery show, it's too misleading. I agree. For people who've never seen this before, now, most people who make shows like this put red herrings in there. And so I think it served two purposes. As the creators of this movie and also the creator of this show, they're like, oh, cool, we can do this callback to this other thing that we did. And also, it'll be a red herring because the people will be watching that and be like, why is there an oxygen tank going in there? And it'll distract them and they'll come up with all these other theories. Probably what happened. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to rate this right now with you here. I think I'm going... Here's the thing. I also think a lot about rewatchability. Will I ever rewatch this show? Ever? There's no shot I'm ever rewatching this show. I'm going 3.5 stars. And I'm gonna say... avoid all theories and just binge this show. And you'll find it very enjoyable. Acting was great. I really liked also the, I liked the setting. I really liked the setting. I don't know that, writing, was the writing great? Writing was okay. Writing was okay. The acting was great. Story was interesting. The setting was... What was the setting? It was very, like... I don't know. Enthralling? Entrancing? I feel like there's a word I'm looking for. Let's go with nice. The setting was nice. The writing could use some work. 3 more episodes, and this thing could have been fantastic. All right, let's talk about these other shows. Cinematography was great. Seeing expanses of Iceland as well as Utah really enhanced my experience. I should have done that. Watch this. I'm going to copy that. I'm stealing your words, Jillian. Here's the thing about Letterboxd. When you write a review, you can come on here and you can go show your activity. And then I think I can like click on this. And then I think I can edit it. Can I just paste that? It's like I wrote it myself. Really enhanced the viewing experience. Good job. You know what? You should be writing these reviews on Letterboxd. That's what you should be doing. Okay. Glass Onion. Surely we've all seen Glass Onion. Knives Out. Knives Out, then Glass Onion. I didn't really like Glass Onion that much. Let's see what I rated it. 3.5. But the original Knives Out, I freaking loved that. I loved Knives Out. It was so good. So surely we've seen that. Surely we've seen that. This movie, Searching, is so good. I love this movie. After David Kim's 16-year-old daughter goes missing, a local investigation is opened and a detective is assigned to the case. 37 hours later, without a single lead, David decides to search the one place no one has looked, where all secrets are kept today, his daughter's laptop. Here's the cool thing about this movie. It is filmed entirely from the perspective of the screens that the people are looking at. I'll see if I can show you what I mean. This is the whole movie's filmed like this.
You can help us with who your daughter talks to. Is that something you can do?
Yes. Do you mind answering some questions
I
for
don't
me
know
to
why
help?
these subtitles are here. I don't think I have
Did
those.
Seer eat lunch alone?
On Thursday?
That's not in the movie. Those subtitles are
Every
Korean.
day.
It's not there.
You don't think she's involved with anything serious?
I know my daughter.
So yeah, like all the conversations in the show is like FaceTime or texting or emailing or whatever. It's all shown like this. This is the whole movie. I thought it was awesome. I think you should watch it. See how strongly I recommended that? That's why I give it a 4.5-star rating. It's so good. Knives Out felt a lot more involved and was more showing rather than telling compared to The Glass Onion. I agree. The ending of Glass Onion was confusing. I just didn't think that story was that great, Glass Onion. If you liked Searching, they released a similar movie earlier this year called Missing that also involves a girl investigation and mother's disappearance. Okay, let's see that. Let's see that. This isn't where I expected this stream to go tonight, but here we are. Probably wrap up here in a little bit. What the heck? Is this like the same freaking movie? This looks like the same... What the heck?
You need to let the police handle this.
I tried. I'm not giving up on my mom.
This is the same freaking movie. Bro.
Harry called June the entire time I'm away.
No fun. Got it.
Are you serious?
Does anyone speak English for their security footage?
Cleaning senora. Say she's...
That's weak. 2023. I'm pretty sure Missing was a long time. Now I got them mixed up. Searching 2018. 5 years earlier. Plus, this is John Cho. That's wild. That's like the same movie. Except instead of the kid going missing, the mom goes missing. They gave it good ratings. 3.5. 3.7. This one wins. If you're only going to watch one, you got to watch Searching. Thanks for your content. I'll definitely... I got an emoji in my way. Look out for your videos in the future. Hey, thanks. Thanks for being here. Searching is better, but the premise is very similar. All right. All right, let's look at a couple more things here. I don't even know what this is. What is this? Christian Bale? What? Well, this doesn't have great ratings. Seasoned detective investigates a series of murders. We got to put this on our watch list. He assisted in his investigation. I want to watch that. It's on Netflix. Has anybody seen this? I only have one friend that's seen it. The Place of No Words had a cool aesthetic. Was that on this list? I actually haven't seen this. It's not. Oh wait, did I see that? No, there was another one. There was another one. It's probably down here. This one, Death on the Nile. I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen this movie? Doesn't have great ratings, which is why I haven't seen it. The Outsider. When an insidious supernatural force edges its ways into a seemingly straightforward investigation into the gruesome murder of a young boy, it leads to a seasoned cop and an unorthodox investigator to question everything they believe in. Dun dun dun. 2 of my friends gave it 4 stars. That's good enough for me. Watch list. My watch list is ever growing. Death on the Nile was pretty good. I read the book, so I might be biased. All right. I saw it. It was very slow and predictable, but the acting and scenery was good. I mean, it looks really pretty. It looks really good. And it's on Hulu. I could watch this on Netflix. I own this movie, so this is on Max. Heck yeah. And then Devs. I actually forgot about Devs. Somebody brought it up the other day. I think I saw it on Reddit. Somebody brought this up. How did I give this 3.5 stars? I feel like it's way better than that. That's at least 4 stars. Devs is so good. Maybe it's because I forgot about it. Why did I forget about it? Maybe I should go back and rewatch it. The premise was incredible. I have this feeling that something happened in the finale that I didn't like, but I can't remember specifically. The Outsider is from a Stephen King book. Good movie, great book. Okay. I'll check it out. All I can think is this show's so good. Also because it has Nick Offerman, who's incredible. Where'd my music go? There we go. So yeah, I'm not sure why I did that. All right, we're about to wrap this thing up. So, yeah, if you're not on Letterboxd, you should be. If you do join Letterboxd, come check me out. I'm under the same name. You can click the follow button on any on anybody's account on here, and then whenever you're like on this thing here, the activity feed, you'll see like this is one of my buddies. He just watched this movie. This was his rating. This is what he said about it. I can't say enough about this app. I love it. So if you get on there, shoot me a follow. And I do want to talk about, I'll give you guys a sneak peek into something I'm working on. Let me switch back to this other thing. I'm working on another video right now. Hopefully recorded. It might be posted tomorrow. And it's my most anticipated crime shows of 2024. And since you all are still here, I do want to ask you, in case I missed any, I'm going to give you guys some behind the scenes real quick. I'll switch back to this. Because this is my script for my YouTube video. I script every video word for word, and then this next one is about the top 5 crime shows of 2024. So here's and I'll do more than 5. It doesn't have to be 5. It's just in all of my research and what I'm actually like legitimately excited about, it came down to 5. If you have more that's not in this list, let me know. Devs is just slow and a little annoying. I didn't think it was slow. I thought it was slow. I feel like there was something in the ending, but I have Letterboxd, but I've never written on it. I'm going to check it out tonight. Do it. Okay, here's my 5. Manhunt on Apple TV. So this is the story of Lincoln's assassination and the hunt for John Wilkes Booth. I'm mostly excited about it because Hamish Linklater is in this, and he plays Abraham Lincoln, and Hamish Linklater is in Midnight Mass, which is god tier god tier television, as you can see by my 5-star rating. Oh, I loved this show so much. Anyway, I get distracted easily. That's the first one. If you loved Midnight Mass, let me know. I freaking love that show so much. Okay, the next one, Murder in a Small Town on FX. This one just popped up. I think it was on Reddit the other day. The name, you know, we had Murder at the End of the World, so I'm like, Murder in a Small Town. I'm like, oh, is this somewhat related? Doesn't seem to be, but it is going to be on FX. It's based on a book. That's really all we know about it, except for this character, Carl, moves to a quiet small town to escape big city police work. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Can I zoom in on this? Well, let me zoom in. Lame. Anyway, so big city cop moves to small town, and then like these crazy murders start happening. So I'm very interested to see that one as well. That's going to be late 2024. They haven't even started filming or anything. Have you seen The Third Day? That sounds familiar, but I might be confusing it with an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. This is The Seventh Day? Nope. What is that Arnold movie? Anyway, The Third Day. This? Oh, Jude Law's in it? Is this what you're talking about? Unique story told over 2 distinct halves. Summer. Is this what you're talking about? If that's what you're talking about, no, I haven't seen it. Should I? All right. Next 3. Criminal Record on Apple TV. This one comes out early January 10th. So in this one, if you're unaware, there's this like younger detective who's comes into work one day and they're like, hey, you need to listen to this 911 call. And this call came in, or it's in the UK, so I guess it's like a 999 or whatever their emergency number is over there. This girl called and was like, my boyfriend's threatening to kill me. He also killed this other girl, but somebody else is doing the time, like is in prison for that murder. And so it like opens up this whole can of worms of this like young cop trying to reopen that case. But that case was closed a long time ago by the current chief. So it seems really interesting. I love Apple TV. Everything I've ever seen on Apple TV, with the exception of the morning show, I freaking love it. So I'm really excited about this. Brad, yeah, no, I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. So I'm gonna watch this one, and I'm probably covering this show. I actually have press access. Whoops, I have press access to Apple TV, so I can watch this early. I'll probably watch that one. I mean, I'll probably cover that one. Okay, number 2. Not a murder mystery, but definitely a crime show. The Penguin. I loved the 2022 Batman movie. I didn't think I would love it as much as I did, but man, I loved that movie. Colin Farrell. Every time I look at the Penguin, it blows my mind that that's Colin Farrell. It's like one of the best costumes ever done. So I'm really excited about that. No announcement, no date for that one either. That's late 2024, I think. And then True Detective Night Country. Really excited about this one. This one's January 14th. So this one's going to be running basically alongside Criminal Record. This one, of course, being on HBO. So those are my 5 most anticipated. Again, you guys are getting the sneak peek. And then anybody who's watching this video after the fact and you're now almost an hour in, you get the sneak peek. Did I miss anything? I can't wait to see the new Masters of Air. I know. I want to see that one too. I'm going to see that one. I've also got press access to that one, so I'm pretty stoked about it. Did I miss any other crime shows? Doesn't have to be murder mystery. Like I said, The Penguin's not murder mystery. Anything else you think I should be watching in the crime genre in 2024? If you come up with something good enough, I can add it. I'll go research it see if it's something I'm actually interested in, then I can add it. So yeah, that's what's coming to the channel next. So I'll be doing that. I'll be doing top streaming services of 2024. It's going to be an interesting year with the writer's strike that we just had. A lot of shows and movies have been pushed into 2025. So if you're one of those people, like a lot of people, myself included, who doesn't want to spend money on every single streaming platform, I think 2024 is going to be interesting because lots and lots of stuff have been pushed off. So it might make sense to pause some of them, cancel some, come back to them later. I'm definitely sticking with HBO and Apple TV for sure. I keep Netflix mainly for my kids. Hulu's relatively cheap. I'll hang on to that one. I've been sleeping on Peacock. I don't know if any of you watch Peacock. That's actually a really good streaming service, and I always kind of trash it, but it actually has a really good catalog of movies. I miss Demonoid. I don't know what Demonoid is. I don't know what that is. I saw the Mr. and Mrs. Smith remake coming out with Donald Glover. I saw that. Is that crime? I guess it is. Does it count? It feels a little different. I mean, there's obviously going to be like... It's like espionage, spy. I guess that's crime? I could include it. I'll have to go check it out. But yeah, those two videos are the main ones. The crime show one will be out this week. The top streaming service one will be out in the next couple weeks. And then we'll be hitting January hard with a couple of these shows we just talked about. That's pretty much it. We talked about a lot of stuff tonight. Thank you all for being here. Really means a lot that you took the time to be here. Dr. Death was so good. Dr. Death was so good. The podcast was fantastic. That's one of those, I don't know if you needed to watch the podcast to like the show. I don't think so. That show was good. That's on Peacock. I have a video on Dr. Death on my YouTube channel because it was so good. You should go check that out. Also, if you haven't seen Hijack, I think that's a majorly slept on thriller, an Apple TV Plus show. That show's good. Idris Elba. It's really, really good. I'm going to call it. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all have a wonderful night, a wonderful rest of your week, some great holidays, and I look forward to seeing you more in the comments. And I love doing live streams. Maybe I do a couple of these. Maybe I do one a month or something like that. I could see that. I could see that happening. If that's something you want me to do, let me know. That's going to be it. I'm calling it. You guys have a great night. Oh, there's the button.